So hi friends, it's Wayne Polson coming to you from Heartwood, right next door to SM Heartland. And I'm here to do a little follow-up video on this Endurance Lights solar outdoor light. I wanted to know what effect the snow would have on the charging capabilities of this light. My horse is trying to bite my leg. And it does impede the ability for this device to charge fully during the day when there's snow accumulated on the top. So I would advise you to come out here periodically and just sweep the snow off of there. If you have to scrape ice or anything like that, make sure you use plastic and be gentle with it, because that's a plastic surface above the solar array and you don't want to scratch that up. So with that done, I want to talk about the second point of confusion on this light. Cousin Eddie did a video a while back talking about this light, and in there he mentioned this power switch where it says on off. It's green colored and it's a push to make and a push to break, or a momentary switch basically, and it's either in the on mode or the off mode, and there's no way to know when this light is being exposed by sunlight because the light doesn't turn on when it's charging. The only indication of anything happening is this photo sensor here has a little green glow in the background letting you know that light is illuminating the solar panels. So that's how you know it's charging. But the on-off switch doesn't function. Well, what I found out through testing is that it doesn't need to function. The only time this on-off switch needs to work is at night and you don't have a remote control. If this light is accessible from the ground without having to climb a ladder, all you have to do is press the button and the light will turn on. Press it again and the light will turn off. It's just a light on, light off button. It's kind of like the always on button on the remote control. And I'll demonstrate that to you here. But what is always good to do while you're out here in the daytime and you've just installed this light is to figure out whether or not your light's going to work when you need it to. So you've got your remote batteries installed. I borrowed Cousin Eddie's jacket. Cousin Eddie is in the house taking a bath, a well-deserved and needed bath, I might add. But the reason I got his jacket because it is a totally opaque object and it will block all the sunlight hitting this solar array. I want to make it so you guys can see what's happening here, so hopefully this will stay up on top. But if there's any light hitting that panel, the remote will not work, nor will the green switch. So if I hit the switch now, you notice the light turns on. That's what it does. If I hit the switch again, the light turns off. That's the way it's supposed to work. Now, if I grab my remote right here, and if I hit any of the 4 modes, 2 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, or always, you'll see the light will turn on with the remote. I can turn it off by hitting the red off mode button. It turns off. This is the way the light works. You don't have to worry about what position that green button is in, whether it's on or off. This is just a manual override for the remote control when you don't have your remote control with you. That's it, pure and simple. So I hope that clears up a little bit of confusion. Endurance Outdoor Lights, people. I love this product, it's great. I wish though that you guys would pack wood screws, something, some lag bolts or something like that, so that whoever buys this light can just dig in the bag and pull out wood screws to mount this device on a wood surface. I had to scramble, go back to the garage, find some wood screws and put this thing up. It was no big deal for me because I have plenty of wood screws around, but if there's a homeowner who doesn't keep that kind of stuff around, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. Just saying. Otherwise, it's a great product. Oh, before I go back in here, one thing I failed to mention out there while I was demonstrating the light tip there was that Susie and I have discovered that we don't like to leave the light in the inductance mode, which is motion sensing mode, because what we found is the horses move around so much at night that by the time morning rolls around, the lamp is totally dead. So we have reverted now to just taking the remote out with us during the dark hours and turning the light on remotely when we need to. That works much better, preserves battery power, and it'll probably preserve the life of the battery as well over the long haul. So just another tip that we found useful. If you're in a scenario where there's not a whole lot of motion generally, then that's probably an okay mode to leave it in. Leave it in the inductance mode or the motion detection mode. So that's it. That's all I have, folks. I'll see you in the next video. Be kind out there in your family. Be kind in the community. Be kind in the whole universe, for Pete's sake, all right?